What's up guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna be uploading files to the Firebase storage and we're gonna save the URL in MongoDB Database. As you can see, this image is coming from Firebase storage. We can also stream the audios and send images, audios, videos. So let's check what we're gonna be building. We're gonna be creating this song form where we can add song name, artist name and choose image which we wanted to upload. I have without you cover photo. Okay, let's upload it and choose sample audio. I'm uploading some sample audio. Okay, let's upload it. We can also track progress, how much we have uploaded. After uploading files to the Firebase, we're gonna save those URL in a state, and after clicking submit button, we're gonna send them back to the MongoDB database. As you can see, we have successfully created our song. To check, let's close this and refresh. We have created our song. So please make sure to subscribe and like this video. Let's get started. Let's create a folder named files to Firebase and get into it. And in this folder, we're gonna create server folder. This will be our backend, and we're gonna initialize this with npm. After initializing, we're gonna install some dependencies like express, mongoose, .env, and nodemon course. So let's install them. After installing dependencies, we're going to open this project in Visual Studio. In here, let's open package.json file. Here, in scripts, let's add start and nodemon index.js. We're going to run this application with nodemon. Let's save this, and in root directory, let's create index.js file, and we're gonna import express module, require express. Let's import a .env module. We're gonna use this module to store environment variables, and let's call .config method. Then const app is equal to express. Then we're gonna store our port. If the port is available in mission, then we're gonna take that port. If not available, then we're gonna run this app in 8080. We're gonna listen on this port, and we're gonna console.log listening on port, and the port will be well. Save this file. Then we're gonna create db.js file in root directory. Let's open and close all this. We're gonna import mongoose module here is equal to require mongoose, and we're gonna export this function module.exports. Here we are using async function because we're gonna call API. In order to connect our database, we need some connection params, which are use new URL parser to be true, and use unified topology to be true. And then in try catch block, if an error occurred, we're gonna console.log could not connect to database. Await mongoose dot connect. It required two params, our database URL and connection params. If you are connected to database, then we're gonna console.log connected to database successfully, and we're gonna save this file. Let's create .env file in root directory. Here we're gonna add our database URL. Let's create MongoDB account to get this URL. Search MongoDB Atlas on Google and click on register URL. I'm creating account with Google. You can also create with email and accept terms and conditions. Submit. You have to wait, and let's click on learn MongoDB. Learn, and you can select anything you want. I'm selecting application management and JavaScript. Here I'm going to create free account. You can also create cluster with Google Cloud, and I'm taking AWS, and server will be India because I'm from India. And then let's create cluster. We have to create a user for our database because he has access to create and read our database. So let's add your username and your password. Here I'm adding some random password. We have to remember. So we have to add strong password. Okay. Click on create user, and it's gonna create admin for our database who can read and write. Let's go to database access. Here we can manage rules for our database users. Go to network access, click on add IP address. Here I'm adding hello IP address from anywhere because it's just a demo, so it's okay. Let's confirm. It would take some time to update. Let's wait while our cluster created. Okay, where our cluster is created. Click on connect and copy this URL. Here we're gonna add our password and change our database name here. Okay, close. Let's paste it here. Here we're gonna change my first database to files to Firebase, and then we're gonna write our password here. After adding password, save this file in index.js file. Let's import our db.js file. Const connection is equal to require db.js. Okay, then we're gonna call this connection, and let's write a comment here, database connection. Okay, let's see, add a comment here, middleware and app dot use express dot json, and we're gonna import codes here, require codes, and we're gonna use this middleware app dot use course call here. Let's save this file and test application. npm start, and here we go, our application running successfully. Create models folder in root directory, and in this folder let's create song.js file. In this file let's import mongoose module, and then const song schema is equal to new mongoose dot schema, name will be type string and required will be true. Okay, let's copy this and paste it here. Okay, let's change to artist and song image. Okay, let's export this schema, mongoose dot model song and song schema. Let's save this file. In root directory create routes folder. In this folder, let's create songs.js file. In here, let's import router from express, require express dot router method. Okay, let's import song model from models song. Then we're gonna export all these routers. So router, let's add a comment here, create song router dot post at this route async request and response. In try catch block, if an error occurred, we're gonna return with status of 500 and send a message. Message will be internal server error. Okay, const song equal to await song, and we're gonna take request.body and save it in database. If song created, we're gonna return with response of 201. Send data will be our song and message will be song created successfully. Okay, we have created post request. Let's get all songs route here, router dot get this route async function request dot response, and in try catch block same, we're gonna send same response if an error occurred, and in try catch const songs is equal to await song dot find. It's gonna return all songs from database, and we're gonna return with status of 200, and data will be songs. Okay, let's save this file, and we're gonna import them in index.js. Const song routes is equal to require from routes and songs. Okay, here let's add a comment, routes app dot use API songs, and we're gonna use song routes here. Okay, let's save this file. Well, first we're gonna create our React app with npx create React app command, and we're gonna name it client. It would take some time to create React app, so I will be back in a second after installing them. Okay, let's navigate into client, and we're gonna clear this. We're gonna install some dependencies here, Axios and Firebase. Axios is used to call API calls, and Firebase is to connect our Firebase cloud and upload our files. I'll be back in a second after installing them. Okay, we have installed. Let's open this project in VS Code. Before we get started, we're gonna remove some unwanted files which we don't require. Okay, let's remove all these files here. Okay, let's delete them. Okay, in app.css, let's remove all this code and save this file. In index.js file, let's remove this import and this comment here, save this file. In app.js, okay, let's remove this and remove this header. Let's write hello world and save this file. Let's search Firebase on Google and click on Firebase. Okay, let's go to console, click on create a project. I'm gonna name it demo here. and accept terms and conditions. Continue. Let's continue here and select your country. Create a project. It would take some time. I will be back in a second. Okay, let's click on continue. We have to create an app. We're gonna create web application. So click on web, name it demo. We need to save this config because we're gonna use it later here. Even if you don't save it, no problem, we're gonna use it later. Let's first create our storage bucket here. Click on storage, click on get started and click on next. Okay, done. It will create a Firebase storage. Okay, let's go to the rules. Let's change this to true and publish these changes. Okay, we have successfully published changes. We need to copy this URL because we're gonna use this. Okay, let's go to our VS Code. Okay, let's create .env file. Here, let's first add our backend API. URL is equal to HTTP localhost, and we are running this on 8080 port. Okay, then we're gonna add our Firebase config here. React app bucket URL. Okay, let's copy this URL and paste it here. Let's go to Firebase and get our Firebase config details. Click on demo app and go to settings. Here, copy this config details and go to VS Code, paste it here. Let's add React app API key is equal to, let's copy this and paste it here. React app at domain is equal to, copy this and paste it here. React app project ID, copy this and paste it here. React app storage bucket, copy this here and paste it here. React app messaging sender ID. Okay, let's add this here. App React app ID, and copy this ID here and paste it here. Let's remove this and save this file. Let's create Firebase file in source folder. In this file, let's import from Firebase app. We're gonna import initialize app. Okay, then we're gonna import from Firebase storage get storage. Okay, const Firebase config is equal to API key. Let's go to env file, copy this process.env, paste it here. At domain, let's go copy this and paste it here. Project ID, copy this process.env and paste it here. Storage bucket process.env, copy this and paste it here. Okay, let's add messaging sender ID process.env and copy this, paste it here. Okay, let's add app id process.env and app id, paste it here. Okay, const app is equal to initialize app firebase config, then const storage is equal to get storage app and process.env, our bucket URL, and paste it here. Let's export this storage and save this file. Okay, export and save this file. In source folder, I have added an image. You can take this from source code. Let's add folder name components, and in this folder let's create file input folder. In this folder let's create index.jsx and styles.module.css file. Okay, in index.js let's import use ref from React and use state. Okay, then let's import from Firebase storage. We're gonna import ref update bytes resemble get download URL, import storage from our Firebase file, and we're gonna import check image. Then we're gonna import our styles from styles module.css. Okay, const file input is equal to, I'm gonna create and return export default file input. Okay, const input ref is equal to use ref, then const progress set progress is equal to use state, default value will be 0, const progress show and set progress show, default value will be false. Okay, let's add handle upload function here. We're gonna add our logic to the uploading files to the Firebase. Okay, here let's add div with class name styles.container. In styles let's add styles here dot container will be width of cals 100% minus 20 pixels, and border will be 1px solid black, border radius will be 2px, padding will be 10 pixels, margin will be 5 pixels and 0, display flags, align item centers, justify content, space between. Okay, let's add an input here and type will be file. So let's take it from here. It requires some params, name, label, value, type, and handle input, state, and the rest. Okay, let's add type will be type and ref will be input ref. Okay, on change, let's click on this here. Okay, on change, then I add handle input state, name current target files, first file, value will be value, and class name will be styles.input and rest here. Let's go to the styles folder and add dot input, and display will be none. We're gonna hide this input and add a custom button which will trigger this input. Let's add button with type button, and we're gonna add on click. We're gonna trigger input ref dot current dot click. It's gonna open our input. Let's add a class name styles dot button, and we're gonna add label here. Let's add if type is equal to image and value is string or valid, then we're gonna show an image. Image will be, let's take this down. Okay, let's add in source if type of value is equal to string, then we're gonna add value here. If not, then we're gonna add url dot create object URL and pass value. We're gonna add alt will be file and class name will be styles dot preview image. Okay, let's add same here. Type equal to audio and value. If the both are conditions are right, then we're gonna show audio with source, and if type of value is string, then we're gonna show the value. We're gonna pass value. If not, then we're gonna url dot create object URL and pass value. Let's add controls. Okay, if value is not equal to null and progress show is false, type of value is not equal to string, and we're going to show button upload. It's gonna trigger our upload action. On click, we're gonna handle upload, and class name will be styles dot button. Okay, let's add progress show and progress. If they both are, progress is less than 100, then we're gonna show progress container, styles dot progress container. Here let's add our progress in p tag, add a percentage here. Okay, then we're gonna copy this and paste it here. If our progress is equal to 100, then we're gonna show a check image, because our images or audio is uploaded successfully. Okay, let's add a class name styles dot check image. Okay, let's go to the styles and add audio will be width of 200 pixels, height will be 40 pixels, border radius will be 2 pixels, dot button outline will be on none, font size 14 pixels, then font weight will be bold, background transparent, then padding will be 10 pixels, border 1 pixel solid black, border radius 2 pixels, cursor will be pointer, then dot preview image, we're gonna have width of 80 pixels, height will be 80 pixels, object fit contain, then dot progress container, width will be 100 pixels, display flex, align position relative, justify content center, align item center. A dot check image, width will be 60 pixels, height will be 60 pixels, Save this file. Let's add handle upload logic here. First, if our handle upload is triggered, then we're gonna set progress to be true, and we're gonna show the progress. Const file name, we're gonna generate some new name with current date dot get time plus value dot name, and const storage ref is equal to ref storage type is equal to audio. If audio is, then we're gonna send it to the audio folder with the file name. Let's add backticks. Okay, then if it's not audio, then it will be images, so we're gonna send it to the images folder. Then const upload task is equal to upload bytes resemble storage ref and value. Upload task dot on state changed, then we're gonna upload it. Snapshot. Okay, const uploaded is equal to app.floor snapshot dot bytes transferred divided by snapshot dot total bytes into 100, and set progress uploaded. We're gonna update it how much our files is uploaded. Then if an error occurred, then we're gonna handle it here on error. Let's just console.log here. If you want to add something else, then you can do this here. After uploading file, we need to get the downloaded URL by using getDownloadURL method. Okay, dot then URL, and we're gonna save this URL. Let's save this file. Let's create song form in components folder. Song form. In this folder, let's create index.jsx and styles.module.css. In index.jsx, let's import useState from React. Then we're gonna import Axios. Let's demo this. Axios. Then we're gonna import file input which we have created. Then we're gonna import styles from styles.module.css. Let's create a function const song form. Then we're gonna use a state which holds name of our song and artist, song and image. Okay, let's return. Okay, first let's export this. Export default song form. Okay, let's add div here. Styles dot container, then form. Let's remove action. Class name will be styles dot form. This form, let's add heading. Class name styles dot heading. Heading will be song form. Okay, let's add input. Text will be okay. Type. Then we're gonna add class name styles dot input. Then we're gonna add placeholder song name. Okay, then name will be name. On change, we're gonna add handle change. Handle change. Let's create this function. Okay, const handle change current target. Let's change this to input and set data, and we're gonna copy all this using spread operator and change the name with the value. Okay, then we're gonna add value data.name. Let's copy this and paste it here. Change this to artist name, and name will be artist, the value will be artist. Okay, let's add file input. Okay, here name will be song, label will be choose song. Okay, handle input state, handle input state. Let's add this function. Copy this, const, paste it here, and it required two params which are name and value. So name and value, and set data. We're gonna take previous values and we're gonna copy it with spread operator and change new values with the name and value. Okay, let's add type will be image, value will be data.image. Let's copy this and paste it here. Okay, change this to image and choose image, and change this to audio data.audio song, choose song. Okay, let's say add button. Type will be submit, class name will be styles.submit btn. Okay, let's add on submit handle submit. Okay, let's add this function here, const handle submit, and missing function here because we're gonna call API call here. We're gonna prevent default because not going to reload after submitting form. In try catch block, if an error occurred, we're gonna console.log const URL process.env dot our React app API URL plus our endpoint songs, const data await axios.post URL and the data. So it returns the data, and we're going to change this to rest because we have already used name data. Let's go to styles module. Here let's add dot container. Display will be flags, justify content center, padding will be 50 pixels 0, and dot form width will be 450 pixels, background white, and border radius 2 pixels, padding will be 10 pixels, margin, display flex direction will be column, align item center, and dot heading will be margin 10 pixels, dot input width will be cals 100% minus 20 pixels, and height will be 40 pixels, outline none, border will be 1 pixel, solid black, border radius will be 2 pixels, font size will be 16 pixels, padding will be 5 pixels, margin 5 pixels 0. Let's add submit btn, outline will be none, font size 14 pixels, font weight bold, background transparent, padding will be 10 pixels, 20 pixels, border radius, border 1 pixel solid black, and border radius 2 pixels. Let's add cursor pointer. Margin will be 5 pixels, 5 pixels, 5 pixels, auto. Let's save this file. Create song folder in components. In this folder, let's create index.jsx, styles.module.css. In index.jsx, let's import styles from styles.module.css. Let's create a function song and params will be song. In this function, let's return div with class name styles.song container, and we're gonna export this function song. Let's change this to song. We have image and source will be song.image, art will be song image. Let's add class name styles.song image and div styles.song info. We're gonna add p tag style class name styles.song name song.name, and we're gonna add another p tag. Class name will be styles.song artist. Let's add song.artist and audio. Source will be song.song. Okay, class name will be styles.audio, and remove this. Let's add one tag. Okay, controls. Okay, let's save this in styles.module.css. Let's add song container. Width will be 800 pixels and height will be 50 pixels. Background color white. Display flex. Align item center. Padding will be 10 pixels. Border radius 2 pixels. Margin 5 pixels 0. Add dot song image. It will be 550 pixels. Height will be 50 pixels. And object fit cover. Dot song info. Width will be 50 pixels. Height will be 50 pixels. Sorry, let's remove this. Display flex. Flex direction will be column. Margin left 10 pixels. Okay. Dot song name. Dot song artist. Font size will be 16 pixel. Font weight bold. Margin will be 0. Dot song artist. Font weight will be normal. And dot audio. Margin left auto. Let's save this. In app.js, let's import use effect and use state from React and import Axios from Axios. Let's import song from components and import song component from components song. Okay, let's add a state here, songs, set songs. Default will be an empty array. Okay. Let's change this to container and remove this hello. Add song form and we're gonna add div with class name styles dot song container. Okay, songs dot map song, and we're gonna map this and send one song to this component, and we're gonna add a key song dot id. Okay, let's get songs from database. Const get all songs. It will be async function because we're gonna call API in try catch block. If an error occurred, we're gonna console.log and const data axios dot get process dot env dot react app API URL plus songs endpoint. We're gonna set songs this data. Okay, and we're gonna call this function in use effect. Okay, let's add it later. Okay, save this file. Let's open app.css dot container. Width will be 100 VH, minimum height 100 VH, background color will be this color. Okay, then dot songs container display flex direction will be column, align id center, justify content center. Okay, save this. Let's add a song name. I'm adding Peaches and Justin Bieber Divine. Let's select image. I have Peaches image. Let's select that. Okay, upload it. Let's show song. I'm selecting some sample audio. Upload it. After uploading, click on submit. Let's check on console. Okay, we have successfully created our song. Let's refresh and check.